All right, guys. Yeah, we're testing another bike today. So it's my buddy's Chris's. We're going to his house. I'm gonna jump on that bike, do a little review on it. He's gonna jump on this one, and should be fun. So it's a 2002, I believe. I'll get more specs on it when I get there. Kawasaki ZRX 1200. It's a cafe kind of looking bike, but it's big. It's not small. I guess it could be a sport touring bike. I don't really know how to classify the type of bike it is. Obviously a naked bike, a little bit of a fairing, and yeah, I really like the bike. It's retro. It's a retro design from even though it was 2000, and I get that's kind of old, but basically the bike was designed to look like the bikes from the late 70s, and it looks really good. It's a bike that I was looking for. I just couldn't find the right one. I did find one a while back, but it was in Florida, and I just couldn't get down there and get it. These bikes have carburetors on them, but they're extremely cool bikes. Just absolutely. I think they look great. Performance is great. Yeah, it's a kind of a heavy bike, a big bike. I'm not saying heavy, maybe 500 pounds. But it's extremely cool bike, and so Chris, I met him at the bike night. That's where I kind of met up, but so every time we're there, we keep talking, and he just happened to mention, he says, why don't you do some content and take my bike for a ride. So we'll just hop on his bike, he'll hop on this, I'll get some feedback from him, what he thinks, and then we'll just head out to the lake or something, just someplace to, a short cruise. It's not gonna be a long video, just kind of want to give you guys my perspective on the older bike. I kind of, because I like everything. I like all kinds of bikes, and it's a bike I was thinking on getting a while back, just never got one. So yeah, and let's see, real quick, I'll show you when I get off the bike. I put a fly screen on. I put the factory one on because from the last video, Steve had his on, and I wanted to see if it made any difference with air. And honestly, let's get up to speed. 70 miles an hour. It's really hard to believe this. Nah, I just can't. Just got to be the wind blowing a different day. Now it's hitting me in the helmet, but the air is super smooth. I got no really much on my stomach. Do feel on my shoulders, but the air is very smooth, and the helmet's quiet. Wow. Yeah, it's not bad. Definitely worth the, well, I'm gonna say it's worth the price. I think it's like between the two pieces, you got to order this piece. That's the visor itself, which is like a smoke color, and then the plastic piece, the covering, and I think it's like, I don't know, about $300 when you're all said and done. Which $300 for that's way overpriced. No doubt, it's pricey, but it looks good on the bike, and it's functional. I was kind of iffy because sometimes when you put these screens on, they don't work, and they make it worse. And so I did good. So I'll show you that one when I get off the bike. And what's nice about it, I guess because it is pricey, is because they're painting it so it matches the bike. You can get the color you need, so it works out good like that. But yeah, so all right, so we'll be back in a bit. All right, guys, as I fuel up, I wanted to show you the fly screen before I meet Chris, which is about 10 minutes away. Not even. So yeah, it was a pain in the ass to put on. I just putting this, it was just a pain. Absolutely. Something so small be a pain, as they would say in the UK. It was very fiddly, but it looks good. I like it. So yeah, the RS gets a fly screen. More stuff. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I think it looks good. And you got some comfort. Let's see. Do you want to watch me fuel up, guys? I got to pull it out just a little bit. Otherwise it stops and you can't really fill it to the top, which I think they don't recommend you do. Yeah, probably another gallon easily. And we're off. We're off. A little hectic in here. Usually this place is dead. I don't really gas up here much, but Okay. Oh, there he is. Okay, very cool. So we'll just park it in the street so we can get in there easy. And yeah. All right, guys, so we're at the gas station. I know we just pulled up at this house, but I just figured we'd come over here, fuel up, and then we'll switch bikes. But here it is, 2004 ZXR 1200. It's carbureted, but it's a bike. What did I say? ZXR? I always do that. So, folks, I'm always screwing up this, and I really love these bikes. ZRX 1200R, and I'm not sure if it would be a cafe-style racer or a sport touring. What do you? It's a naked, but it's got a cafe type, fiberglass here, and just it's got that cafe look. But it's a big bike. It's not a small bike, but it's cool. It's really cool. I mean, look at this swing arm, guys. It's very cool. Yoshimura exhaust. He's got it all, I guess, tuned right. And yeah, I'm excited to ride it. Looks good. So yeah, so let me give you a rundown on mine before you give me a rundown on yours. Let's see what the weight's like. It don't feel no bad. It's got it feels a little high. Yeah, and I know like if you think about it, it's not. You'll get used to it pretty quick. It's not bad. It's a pretty comfortable ride. Oh, it's got a nice sound to it. Yeah. It shifts pretty smooth. I mean, I put some force into it, but have you tried the quick shifter yet or no? I mean, are you using the clutch? No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying, this is a comfortable ride, man. Wow. This is a very comfy ride. Yeah, it's like a go-kart. So guys, I'm going to be talking back and forth with Chris, so I'll try to, talk more about this bike, but we'll be going back and forth, and I don't have a hookup so you can hear him. So the bike, he says the bike is close to 600 pounds, but it doesn't feel it. It feels like, I mean, it's a really comfortable bike. Bars are, Chris, do you have risers on this? Okay, it's, so your seating position is super comfy. And the seat is nice. Yeah, like I said, I was looking hard, guys, when I was looking at one of these in Florida, a silver one. The guy wanted a good price for it, but it was premium. It had no miles on it. It was really nice. So I see it's got adjustable shocks in the top. It has no quick shifter. It has no gear indicator. Like I said, it's carbureted. And I've just got to get used to the shifter. It's a little bit different than mine, but it doesn't seem to be bad at all. Analog gauges, which I love. I love analog gauges. I got that little fairing here, and I kind of feel the wind on right about here, but it's not. I haven't got up to speed yet, but so far so good. It's got that big Yoshimura exhaust on it, so it sounds really, really good. Chris, I think we're going to hit a little bit of traffic this time, but once we get past the school up on 231 and 96, then it should be open up pretty good. Usually, I mean, I take all these roads all the time, but I never go during this type of. I mean, this rush hour is nothing compared to, like, I grew up in New York, so this rush hour lasts, half hour? So, yeah, so the mirrors, well, easy to see out of, no problem. It's carbureted, but you'd swear it's fuel injected because the throttle response is really nice. Now, Chris, I think the throttle response might be a little jumpy for you because it's, that... Right, it's drive-by-wire. How does it feel, the throttle response? Is it too jerky? Crazy, right? Yeah. See, my FZ before I got it tuned was terrible. It was just like an on and off switch. So yeah. So back to this guy. So yeah. So my position on my trying not to crash anything. Is my legs are not sporty like the RS, the triple, but it goes back a little bit, but it's still very comfortable. They don't sit too high. I don't know if any of you guys are interested. I know guys have tested this bike before, and everybody who's tested these bikes, recently, they love them. Like I said, the ride is good. It handles good. I mean, I mean, for almost a 600-pound bike, guys, it really feels agile. But Chris did mention that he said the bike is like really flickable. Chris, it also, I don't have it set to do that, but it also, if you turn the traction control off, it stands straight up if you want to do wheelies. I don't know if that's your cup of tea. Oh, okay, yeah. That's not my cup of tea either. I'm not a big fan of wheelies. I mean, I did one video with it, and it was okay, but just not my cup of tea. But, yeah, so the clutch is nice and soft. The brakes feel good. I love the analog gauges. I just think that's the coolest stuff. I love analog gauges. But it's comfortable. I don't know what else more to say about this. We got to get up to speed a little bit when we get to when this traffic kind of clears up, and I can tell you what it feels like. I'm gonna go. Yeah, definitely 7,000 is where you feel it. Definitely. But it's so linear though too. The power just comes on so nice. Well, with my FZ, Chris, my FZ, that it's like a turbocharger. There's nothing around 7,000. All of a sudden, it just goes nuts. This seems more linear. It's just, I guess, because it's got a lot of torque. I don't know what the horsepower rating's on this, guys. I should have looked that up, but maybe I'll figure that. What's that? Yeah, I'll look that up in the, when I'm doing the video, and I'll just post it. I'll give you guys the weights. I'll give you guys, the horsepower and all that, and torque rating. So we'll see how it handles some of the turns. Yeah, it feels good. So we're doing 4,000 at roughly 65 miles an hour. Nice. I feel very little vibration through the handlebars. Nothing through the tank. Nothing on the seat. Yeah. All right, guys, if you're looking for a nice old bike, that's like I said when I was riding out here, it's a nostalgia bike, but I mean, it's old now, so I guess, of course, it's, kind of, but it was retro designed for bikes from the 70s, and it looks the part. It's a classic design. It's a beautiful design. Yeah, he might let us go, too. Hopefully he lets us go, maybe. It feels, I don't know, it feels stable to me. It feels really stable, and I guess that was about 80. And like I said, the vibration's not bad at all. I probably would put grip puppies on these guys because I like that soft feel, but this feels good. There's lots of stones and gravel on this turn, so I just like to take it real easy. They must have cleaned it up. Sometimes it's really bad. Alright, guys, this was a fun ride. This bike is really, really cool. You wouldn't even know it has carburetors on it. I mean, it's just very responsive. I think Chris told me the carburetor's been worked on. He's got the exhaust. It's just a cool all-around bike. Oh, they got something going on here. Wow. So let's go down to that bench and then we could talk. I don't want to. Oh, they got these boat races down here. Oh, very cool. I was wondering. Oh, they're probably getting ready for this weekend. Oh, yeah. So it's a little sandy over here, but we could just park it right here. This is where I kind of usually park. So that's it, folks. Sounds good. So, ZRX 1200 2004 carburetor, as you guys can see. I love this swing arm. This is really cool. And these are factory shocks. These are factory KYBs. I don't know if they put KYBs on motorcycles anymore. They're adjustable in the front. It's a beautiful color. I think it's a really, really cool bike. Yeah. What do you guys think? Tell me. I love the way the frame is and everything. I think it's really cool. So, Steve, what'd you think of mine? It's different, right? Do you feel like you're like the wheel, like you're like on top of it more? When
I first got on it, I mean, it felt very
Yeah.
like forward.
Right.
And the more I rode it, the more I just felt like
It's right. It's it's a comfortable naked bike, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, and it's got. I mean, it's got balls. I mean, this thing. This is where I like to crank it. Is if I'm doing a roll race, I like to be about 6,500, and then I crack it. I have to be about 40 miles an hour for that, and then it just goes fast. But even low RPM, it just it'll with the way the wheel control's set now, if you crack it about 4,000, it'll come up about that high. Then it doesn't come up any higher. But sometimes the traction control comes because sometimes it likes to spin, and then you'll feel it just kind of cut out power, and then it comes back. So, but it's cool. So there it is, guys. 2004, 2024, 20 years difference. They basically are naked bikes, but that kind of has the cafe look, which I really like. I mean, I just think it's an absolutely super a cool looking bike. I don't think it'll ever go out of style. You know, like I said to the guys in the gas station, I just put that on, and I'm always doing something. I gotta get it ready to go. That's my next thing. But that's it for the review, guys. I might talk a little bit on the way back. I may just back on the bike, but we'll see. If not, I'll have another video soon.